Hi, and welcome to The Bright Balloon, a podcast where I'm sharing bright ideas for your balloon business. My name is Sarah Meyer, and I'm a balloon business owner like you, and I love the creative side of what I do, but I really love the business side, which seems to be the part where most people struggle. So I'm here to help. Each week, I'm bringing you an episode full of bite-sized tips you can use to make tiny improvements to your business. I want you to make more money, eliminate stress, and learn along with me as we grow our creative businesses together. Welcome to The Bright Balloon.
Hello and welcome to this episode. All right, I swear I'm losing my mind because I would have bet my life that I have recorded an episode about email templates because I love them and I talk about them all the time. But someone reached out with a question and I was like, oh, listen to this episode about email templates. And I couldn't find it. So then I was searching and I don't think it exists. So if it does exist and this is repeat information, I apologize. However, if it's that hard to find, it's probably good that I am doing a refresher podcast episode, but I literally don't think that I have ever recorded an episode about this, which is a shocker. So I am going to be talking about email templates. I know I talk a lot about 17 hats and people get overwhelmed by that. So the idea of an email template is meaning like everything that you're going to say to a customer is already written out. So if you are saying the same thing over and over again, it should be in a template. And there are a lot of ways to do that. You can do it in a 17 hats type of CRM. You can also just save email templates in Gmail. Like there's a setting where you can go in and turn them on. Again, I know I've talked about this. You can use lots of templates in a different way. You can even have them saved as like a note in your phone. And an email template could be something like so simple that you just copy and paste it into a text message. Anything that you're saying over and over that you can make into one nicely written template and reuse, that will save you a bunch of time. So that is not new. I know I have talked about that. Maybe I'm questioning everything right now, but no, I know I've talked about email templates. I love them. But today I want to talk about 5 templates that you absolutely have to have. And that's a really good starting point if you're looking to automate more. This is kind of like the baby step into automation because you have to have the content before you can automate it. You can't just like be hands off. That goes with like a CRM or like an assistant. Like you have to figure out the wording at some point. So I'm going to talk about 5 templates that I have in my client communication that you should absolutely have as well. Hey friends, I know you've heard about ballooncoach.com, but I wanted to take a second to talk about Balloon Boss Summit, which is the in-person event that happens every year in Florida in November. I've been for the past couple of years, and I'll be returning again this year as an instructor. It's one of my favorite events because it gives me time and space to consider my business goals and network and learn from other balloon professionals all around the country. So check it out in the show notes where you're listening because there are only a few spots left. All right, first up, the autoresponder. I love a good auto response. And this is an email template. However, it's like a template on steroids because it sends itself. So a lot of people are familiar with like out of office messages. That's an autoresponder. Basically, during this time period, if someone emails me, they're going to automatically get this robotic response that says I'm not available. Instead of it being a robotic response, make it valuable. Pack it with as much information as possible. And mine says, I've gotten your message. I will reach out and confirm if I'm available. It basically outlines my next steps. And it includes a couple of links. So I link them back to my pricing catalog. I link them back to my color chart. I link them back to my website. So I don't want to lose people in that time between them sending their inquiry and me actually responding. So that email template is the first one that I think you should polish. If your autoresponder just says, thank you for your submission, we'll be in touch, you're absolutely wasting an opportunity. Pack that thing full of some good information so that they can start looking at the colors. They can actually look at your pricing if they haven't had a chance to do that yet. Pack your autoresponder with valuable content. That is my first tip. And that is a template because it goes out to everybody. It's the same every single time. If someone emails you and there's nothing in place and you actually have to like respond back to them, that's where you need to start. You have to have something that goes out that says, we got your email, here's next steps, here's what to expect. Start checking out some of our pricing in the meantime, and we will be in touch. Because people kind of expect that. Like when they hit a submit on a form, they kind of expect to get some sort of automatic response. And if they don't, I think it's kind of like ingrained in our subconscious now to think that like something didn't happen. It's like clicking a button and nothing happens. They're going to click it again and again and again because like they want that confirmation. So make sure that yours is set up either through your email or through your CRM and actually have it full of information. Okay, the next template. This is my available template. So it's called available, and when I need to send it, I go in, I copy paste, in my case, I go into 17 hats and I hit send. This is the email template that actually says I'm available for their job. And mine is very vague. So you might think like, that doesn't seem like your style at all, Sarah. You want as much information in there as possible. Yes and no. My thought for my available message is that I want it to go out fast. So a lot of times someone will submit their form on my website, and within 5 minutes, I will confirm my availability. So in those 5 minutes, here's what I can do. I can look at my calendar, I can see if I'm actually available, and I can decide if it's a job that I want to do. That's all I need to respond to. And that's what my email says. It says, I have some availability on your event date. What did you have in mind? Here's my pricing catalog once again, if you need to gather some inspiration. So really all I have done is confirmed that I want to start working with them. If I want to take so much time that like I'm going to send them ideas and a full quote, and that's going to take a long time. And while their second email will be a lot more thorough, I might have waited too long by the time I can gather that information. So in that time, maybe they've reached out to someone else. Maybe they've changed their plans and they're going to do their own balloons, or maybe they're not going to have balloons at all because in that time the bounce house person responded and now their budget is gone. So I want that first actual email from me saying I'm available. I want that to be super, super fast. And the way that I'm able to do that is because it's a template. And all it says is, I have some availability on your event date. Here are the next steps. Again, I'm just kind of leading them through the process. After that email, that is where we get into the slower, the actual design process. And that is much less templated because that's where we're deciding on colors and photos and we're actually working together. But up until that point, I've really sent 2 email templates. So I've said my autoresponder, their next steps, and then the second one that went out was confirming availability. Now, my third template that I think that you should all have is you're not available. Sometimes we drag our feet simply just telling people that you're not available, when in reality, that might be all they need. I love it when people respond to me telling me they're unavailable. I hate it when they string me along for a couple weeks and I'm not sure if they're available. I always use my house as an analogy. I have lots of contractors coming and going. Some of my favorite contractors are ones that I never worked with, but they simply responded and told me they weren't available. The other ones where it's like, let me check, and then they don't respond. And it's like, let me check again, and they don't respond. That drives me insane. I would prefer it for someone to have a template that just says, thanks for reaching out. We're currently not taking new customers. Good luck with your project. Whatever. It's friendly and I can move on. So you should have a template declining the project. And that can look a lot of different ways. Mine recommends other service providers in my area. It's not too specific, but it's cheery. It just says I'm not available. Check with so-and-so. They also do great work and they're in your area. Keep me in mind for future parties. I hope you have a great celebration. Super short, super to the point. That way I can hit send and just kind of archive that client and not have to worry about it. So let yourself off the hook. Write 1 email declining a job, save it as a template, and use that every single time. Okay, let's take a quick break, and then I have 2 of my favorite templates to share with you after the break. If you haven't checked out Having a Party Wholesale by now, what are you waiting for? They have all of the brands that we know and love as balloon professionals, and they even offer free shipping on orders over $200. So the next time you need balloons, make sure to check them out. You can click the link in the show notes and tell them that the Bright Balloon Podcast sent you. All right, my world's favorite template, and there's more coming about this soon. My grab and go template. If I'm not available for a job, but they seem like a good candidate for a grab and go garland, I have a template for that, and it has made me more money than anything else this entire year. So say someone has a small birthday party on a Saturday and I'm booked. I won't just say like, I'm booked, I can't take you. I will say, I'm booked for your party, but have you considered a grab and go garland? Here's the link where you can order online and select your colors, and it's all automated through my CRM, so I don't have to do anything. And I send them that. So it's kind of like my no but email. Like, no, I'm not available, but consider this other option. And a lot of times, so many times, that converts into a sale. Versus for the last 5 years, I've just been turning those people away. Now I'm turning them into money. And it's amazing because it's a template. Again, I don't have to like think of the wording. I don't have to tell them no. I don't have to explain my grab and go process. I've written it one time and then I've saved it as an awesome email template so I can see those come in. Oh, small birthday party on the busiest Saturday in May. No way. But I'm going to send my grab and go template and they can either decline or they can purchase a grab and go automatically on my website. So that is one of my favorite templates that I have ever written. All right, and the final template. This is the least sexy of them all, but it makes you the most money. All right, and finally, another favorite, the breakup. The breakup template. I break up with my clients. That sounds more dramatic than it really is, but I have a whole workflow, and after confirming my availability, there's a reminder, there's another reminder, and if they still haven't responded, there is the loving breakup email. So it's not me saying, how dare you not respond to me? It's me kind of closing the loop. I don't like to just leave things open because then people sometimes have a tendency of coming out of the woodwork late, like at the last hour. Like, remember we were emailing? I'm so sorry I never confirmed, but we still want you. And then it's kind of awkward and I feel guilty even though I shouldn't. And, things are just kind of left open-ended. I like sending the final goodbye email and it basically says, I know things are busy during party planning and, maybe you've gone a different direction. That's totally fine. If you could let me know today, if you're still interested, we still have you penciled in. I didn't even write that. My friend Nicole wrote it for me. I don't know. It's like the secret sauce. And there's something about saying that we have you penciled in, even though I absolutely do not pencil people in. It like jolts people into thinking like, oh shoot, I need to tell them that I'm not going to use their services. And a lot of people respond. Sometimes they respond that they are still interested and then it turns into a sale. But if they don't respond to that last email, I am totally off the hook. I archive their project. They're not on my calendar. I'm not going to follow up anymore. And if by chance they come out of the woodwork and say like, but wait, no, I thought I booked you. That is like the final proof of like, no, you didn't. Because here's even that final email where I am clarifying that you are in fact not booked and we are taking you off the calendar. Again, this is a metaphorical calendar. I don't actually pencil people in, but I do like closing that loop and really getting them off of my list or my mind. I like telling them like, nope, we are no longer working together, and that is totally fine. I keep it super friendly. I say to keep us in mind for the future. And again, sometimes it jolts people into reality and they realize they actually have to respond and they have to book me if they want balloons. And other times people will respond with an apology saying like things got busy, they've gone a different direction, no sweat. But I think it's important to kind of be the last word in that conversation so that people know that you're not just like waiting for them to decide if they want to book you or not. So those are some of the templates that I use. They're actually all available for you. So if you don't want to write your own, you can use my wording. I have them all available in a download. We will link it in the show notes. And they are what they are. It's a Word document with all of my templates, all of my language. You can copy and paste it and use it as your own as a really good starting point and then kind of customize. Or you can go in and start writing out your own templates. Either way, You should not be typing emails over and over and over. The hours that this saves me, I can't even. I mean, like I can do all of my admin for my entire business in less than an hour a day because almost everything is a template. So I hope that helps, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for joining me in this week's episode. As usual, I tried to keep it bright and light in a few minutes or less. If you wish there were more episodes, you are in luck. You can join us in our Patreon group for our monthly book club. I record weekly episodes guiding you through a different self-development book each month. For as little as $3 a month, you can join more than 50 other balloon business owners in our private group. Click the link in the show notes to join us. So many of you have reached out and told me how the podcast has changed your business, and I love hearing those stories. But you might be ready to take things to the next level. If that's you, you should check out the laser-focused Solopreneur course where I walk you through more than 2 hours of video content showing exactly how I run my business as a solopreneur. I run a 6-figure balloon business, I work a full-time job, I have a toddler, and I produce this podcast weekly. And it's not because I'm more efficient than anybody else, it's just because I apply this laser-focused framework to every decision that I make. If you're struggling with work-life balance, figuring out how to grow your business in a manageable way, and feeling like there just aren't enough hours in the day, this course is for you. Check it out using the link in the show notes.